Hello everyone, I'm GK and welcome to another Magic the Gathering video. Today we are going to be playing some Izzet Drakes. It is a super popular deck. It's all over the place. I know at the SCG this weekend it is quite popular. It's kind of getting wrecked by the Soul Tie decks, but it's still quite popular. We'll see how it does today on Sunday. But the deck is 3 dive down, 4 opt. I still don't know how to pronounce this card. It's Pieramander? I'm just going to call it Terramander. Maybe the P is silent. So Terramander, 3 Spell Pierce, 1 Maximize Velocity, 4 Shock, 4 Chart of Course, 4 Lava Coil, 4 Discovery Dispersal, 4 Enigma Drake, 4 Crackling Drake, and then rounded out, we have 4 Steam Vents, 4 Sulfur Falls. We have the 1 Blood Crypt so we can cast Dispersal. And then we have 4 Mountains, 8 Islands. So we are going to play 5 games on the ranked ladder to see if this is a deck that you guys want to either A, spend your cards on, or B, build in real life to take to your next F&M, Grand Prix, SCG, whatever you are going to. So we will give it a shot. If there are decks that you want me to build and play for the channel, let me know. You can put it down in the comments or you can message me, whatever you like. But we has an Island, 2 Steam Vents, Enigma Drake. So I like this hand. Hand is very good. Our opponent is going down to 6. Going down to 5. What do you think? Alright, so we're going to go ahead and play this tapped. If we're playing against the red deck, we'll just shock the creature next turn. But it's going to be just easier not to take any damage on this first turn. Our opponent is opting. Alright, we also get a opt. So we'll enter that tapped and we'll pass the turn. I also, quick note, I am going to start streaming Monday through Friday. And it's going to be from, I'm going to start off a little small. So it's going to be Monday through Friday, Eastern time, from 9 to 12. So if that is something that you guys are interested in and you want to hang out with me live in action, get there, watch me, talk to me, hang out with me. All the things, all the stuffs. I think since we're playing against the Drake deck, we're going to go ahead and just cast this Enigma Drake. If they have the Lava Coil, it's unfortunate, but we have double Lava Coil. But I want to get this Chart of Course action going. And we can get under anything that they might have, at least on this turn. They'll have to spend their next turn using it. So they do have Lava Coil. I don't know. It's maybe correct that we should have waited just a little bit longer, but let's go ahead and we'll play Discovery. Surveil 2. Look for some mana. So that's actually not a bad one. We'll keep that on top. We'll draw the Terramander. I think it's Terramander. So we'll play the Terramander and then pass the turn. And hopefully we can get this Chart of Course to start going. Draw some cards, get under our opponent. They don't really have a whole lot of ways to kill the Terramander unless they double burn spell. So that's pretty good. We have 2 instants and sorceries. So this is 8 total, so it's going to cost 6 so far. A Lava Coil again. Oh no. Stop with this Lava Coil action. Okay, let's Chart a Course. They have to run out eventually, and we're not getting any dive downs, which is really unfortunate. We'll discard the Steam Vents. Let's go ahead and do this again. Spell Pierce. Fair enough. Alright, pass the turn. Our opponent's not playing any creatures as of now as well. They finally get to play Crackling Drake. If we can get a Crackling Drake of our own, that would be best case scenario. We do not. We finally get that dive down. So we'll go for the Lava Coil. They have opt. It's not a dive down. I thought it was a dive down just for a second. But we really need to get like a Crackling Drake or something by ourselves. It's probably correct. I probably should have just waited and held up until we were able to get a dive down backup for this matchup. Maybe that's correct. I don't know. Whenever I play against this deck, my opponent just has 3 Crackling Drakes in a row. So I was kind of hoping we would just have 3 Crackling Drakes in a row. Not gonna lie. But actually have GP Memphis next weekend. I think, yeah, Memphis, Tennessee. So I'll have to start playtesting and seeing what I want to play for that GP. I was thinking I kind of want to play Aristocrats. I'm not sure. I've thought about playing this deck, which I would need a lot of playtesting. This is my first time playing this deck, so it's a little new for me. Oh, come on. At least give me like a charter course or something. It's we'll start holding lands after this. It's probably best that we just Enigma Drake. God, it is at 10-4. I think the correct situation was just to keep holding until... How many instant sorceries? You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So plenty. Plenty. Alright, we draw another land. We're going to keep this land just so we can... They probably have the dive down. Oh, they don't have the dive down. Okay. So I know now... I definitely, so for future games, if we're playing against this deck, so we'll go ahead and kill that in response. Hopefully they don't have the dive down. They would have used it on the Crackling, or the Enigma Drake though, I assume. If they had it. But they're also playing theirs without backup, so maximize velocity. We have like, ugh. Yeah, I should have kept those. A Crackling Drake. Perfect. So let's go. So blue, red, and we'll use the Blood Crypt because we don't necessarily need. All right, we draw another Sulfur Falls. So let's go ahead and maximize velocity it. And is this that's a sorcery? Okay, let's get in there. Get in there for 9. And then just in case we draw like a Charter Course or something like that, or like if they end up killing Enigma Drake. Alright, so we need like a Lava Coil or something, and Opt. Opt is not bad. Spell Pierce. Is Spell Pierce even really good anymore? I don't know if it is. We have Dive Down, so I think we're going to get rid of the Spell Pierce. We're going to try to draw like a Charter Course. Another Dive Down is perfect. The only problem is they have... So, let's go for... So, they have to block the... I assume they're going to block the Enigma Drake, so we're going to... maybe we don't do that. I think we're just going to attack. And then if we draw another Enigma Drake for the late game, we can maximize velocity and hopefully get in the final points of damage. But they are going to trade, which I assume was going to be the situation. And then let's pass the turn. Crackling Drake. That is bad for us. We need to get an answer, or we need to get a, like, Crackling Drake or Enigma Drake of our own. Like, we do get an Enigma Drake. So let's go. So we'll cast Enigma Drake. Cancel. We want to use... Okay, so I'm kind of in a sticky situation. I want to just attack with this Enigma Drake, but then I don't, because I know they're going to trade the Crackling Drake for the Enigma Drake, and then they're just going to... We're just going to be in a situation where it's whoever plays the first creature, so I think I'm going to hold back. I think I'm going to hold back until we have another creature that we can play. I'm not sure if that's correct. They play an Opt. But like if they end up getting another creature, and I would like my Chart of Courses to be a little bit better too off the top. And if we can get them to pull the trigger first and try to like Lava Coil second main. Another island. We'll play our Sulfur Falls, and then we're just gonna pass the turn. This is a weird matchup. We need to draw like Lava Coil or something. An Opt. Opt is a start. Let's Opt. We don't need Sulfur Falls. We need like a Crackling Drake. Another dive down. There's a lot of dive downs. So we'll play the Sulfur Falls and we'll pass the turn. This is an interesting type of game. Although our opponent's not doing too bad for mulliganing to 5, but I think I might have made some missteps. I probably should have just kept my creatures until I was ready. He's a good one. So let's cast Terramander. And then do we want to attack with this Enigma Drake now? We could maximize velocity it and attack in. I'm gonna pass for one more turn, and we're going to, no, maybe I should just apply pressure. Maybe I should. I think I'm just gonna apply pressure. I have 3 dive downs. How much does this ability cost? Sorry, I just want to make sure. It should be basically free. So let's go ahead. We will make this a 5/5. It does resolve. Perfect. Our opponent does not have shock. We'll discard this island. And then we're just going to attack in. Yep, shock resolves. If you have another shock, that's totally fine. So we'll dive down. So that resolves. Maximize velocity resolves. And then I think we just turn this sideways. Turn both creatures sideways. The Terramander will... Wow, they're not blocking the Enigma Drake. Yep, that resolves. Dive down. So that'll make it... So that makes it a 14/7. So I think we're going to go ahead and just dive down the Terramander. Get rid of this Crackling Drake, and then we have one more dive down to... Oh no, that's just game. Wow. I'm being a ding-dong. I didn't even look at the amount of damage that was going through. That was lucky. That was lucky. Okay. So we are 1-0. We got our first pack. Let's open this pack. This is definitely a style of deck that I am not used to. Ooh, that Mythic card though. Yeah, this is a style of deck that I'm not used to. So getting the hang of it, which I think for that matchup, I think it was definitely correct to just hold creatures until I was ready. But I kind of fell for a trap. They were down on cards, so I was just trying to apply the pressure, which may or may not have been correct. I'm not 100% sure. We definitely need to draw like an Opt or a Chart of Course, not another Crackling Drake, that's for sure. But if we can get these Crackling Drakes to resolve, we have Dive Down. We're playing against Esper. Alright, we need something good. Moment of Craving. We will dive down that. It's weird that they tried to do it on our upkeep, but I guess using our mana is definitely a plus. Opt. So, I think I kind of just want to risk it and try to find another land. I think we're going to do it. So we'll opt. We're going to try to find a basic. There we go. Perfect. So we'll take that. Now we have Sulfur Falls back, or we have Dive Down backup. And we're going to tickle. Tickle! So I'll probably keep these Crackling Drakes in hand until I have 4 mana available. Or I'm sorry, until I have 5 mana available. They're going for another cast down. I think we're just gonna... I think we're just gonna use it. So we'll have 3 instants and sorceries in the graveyard. And we draw a shock. Okay, so if they have another removal spell for the Terramander, that's not good for us. But if they decide to use it, they have Search for Azcanta, so we could actually resolve Crackling Drake next turn if we draw one, or if we draw a land, but we do not. We do not, which is okay. So we'll play this Terramander. If we get Kaya's Wrath, that's going to feel real bad. We have 3 instants and sorceries. They're looking for their 4th land. Hopefully they don't have Kaya's Wrath. Which it looks like they find the 4th land, maybe. They don't. So it must be a removal spell. Mortify on a Terramander. That is fine. That is fine. So we draw Lava Coil. Man, we really need these lands. There are 3 instants and sorceries, so right now it cost 5. So let's get in for 1. They're at 3 instants and sorceries. We really, really need this 4th land. It would be nice to have the Crackling Drake on the battlefield, which they get their land. So it's my turn. Enigma Drake. Shoot. I feel like we just have to cast this Enigma Drake to apply pressure. So this will probably get absorbed, and then next turn hopefully we can go Crackling Drake, and the turn after that Crackling Drake plus maximize velocity would be best case scenario. But this is probably getting cast down or mortified. Vraska's Contempt. This would be a matchup where we would definitely need our sideboard. Being able to side in like negates and stuff like that, and opt. We're still at 3. So let's go for an attack. And we're going to opt for that land. And I think at end step, I'm going to go ahead and shock. Just to try to get another instant and sorcery in our graveyard so we can get this guy up to a 5/5. Our opponent's up to almost up to 7 cards. So as soon as they get up to 7 cards, it's really bad. Unmoored Ego in the main board. Interesting. That is an interesting one. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of cards like these in Standard for the most part anyways. Teferi. That is bad for us. So if we can draw another land. Interesting. Yeah, that resolves. I don't know if I agree with that, to be honest. But we are going to... We're going to shock. Get the Teferi out. I don't know, the Terramander wasn't applying that much pressure, so I don't know if I agree with that. Oh, okay, so we can at least cast Enigma Drake, and we're going to maximize velocity of the Enigma Drake. So then, if we draw another land, we can go Crackling Drake plus maximize velocity. And we can apply a lot of pressure. So we really just need to draw this land. I feel like this game would have been a lot easier if we just happened to draw the lands in the correct order. But we do get a mountain now, so let's go Crackling Drake. Draw a card, Terramander. I think, this is a hard one. I think I want to cast the Terramander when we have mana available. We're up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lands. So let's cast Maximize Velocity. Discard Lava Coil, because I don't think that we're going to need the Lava Coil at all for this matchup. Alright, down to 2. We have Crackling Drake plus Terramander for next turn. Hopefully we can get them to like Kaya's Wrath or something to get it out of their hand. Teferi. Another Teferi.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. You know what? I'm not done yet.
So potentially like Seal Away or something? They're tapping 2 lands. So if we can draw a dive down this turn. Or a shock. We can draw a dive down. We can draw a shock. It looks like they have Mortify. Alright, there's the Mortify. So we can just top deck shock. Discovery Dispersal. We could Discovery, try to find shock, play the Terramander, and then we can also grow it, correct? So Lava Coil, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, it would cost 2 mana. So let's do that. We'll try to find the shock, which we do not. Do we want this Enigma Drake? Or do we just want to keep digging for like a shock? It's probably not worth it just to dig for a shock. So we'll draw this Enigma Drake. and we're going to play the Enigma Drake. And then they'll have to tuck it with Teferi. Unless they have the removal spell. They're going to start pulling away, which is really unfortunate. So maybe we should have dug for the shock.
You need to slow down.
Because we only have one maximized velocity in the main. There's Lava Coil. So let's go Terramander. Maybe we can get an Absorb out of their hand. Alright, there's the Absorb. So can Crackling Drake resolve? Please resolve, my dude. Nope, it's not going to resolve. Shoot. Okay, I feel like that is probably game. Trying to think of what we could have done differently. I'm sure I made quite a bit of mistakes. And then there's the shock. Oh no. It's so late, but that's the game. There's no way we can win from here. You'll have to let me know. Let me know if I made any play mistakes that game, because I think that I made a few. So, all right, let's play another. We're 1-1. 1-1. We needed some dive downs. Dang it, that shock. Shock would have been one card down if I just surveilled both of those to the bottom, but it wouldn't have mattered. Opponent goes first. This is a pretty good hand. I like this. We get the Terramander on turn 1. We have Spell Pierce backup. Enigma Drake. We can go Enigma Drake on turn 4 with hopefully some Spell Pierce backup. Lanamore Elf. So we'll play the island, play Terramander. Play some Terramander. Wild Growth Walker. This card is such a pain in the butt for this deck, I assume. Ooh, Lava Coil. Lava Coil is perfect. So we can go Sulphur Falls. They could have, I don't know, actually, I don't remember if this list plays Chupacabra or not, but I know I definitely want this thing off of the table. Battling a bunch of life against that thing is no bueno. Like, I don't want that. I don't want to deal with it. So turn 4, we'll have Enigma Drake plus Spell Pierce. I don't think I'm gonna cast Enigma Drake this turn. I would much rather have the Spell Pierce backup. But I do also have the option. They don't have a double. So since they don't have a double black source, ooh, or I could shock the Lanamore Elf. They have a Jadelight Ranger on top, which means they're not gonna hit their land. So maybe I do cast the Enigma Drake. There's only one instant in sorcery. So I think I want to. So I'm just gonna cast an Enigma Drake. And then next turn we can shock the, we can either shock something or we can have the Spell Pierce backup. But we're going to be able to provide a lot of pressure. This cast down makes it a little annoying though. Because cast down, yeah. Cast down definitely makes it just a little bit annoying. Another Spell Pierce is perfect though. So let's go. Let's attack in with both, and then we shall pass the turn. I want them to spend this cast down. We'll have to be weary though. This Jadelight Ranger is going to get super annoying. Hydroid Krasis also is super annoying. So let's shock this guy. Get him off the table. This is the deck that was kind of messing up the Izzet Spells deck though, or the Drake decks. It was making it very, very hard for them to win. Let's go. We need Island, Mountain, Mountain. And then we can't attack, unfortunately. So we'll... No attackers. We're getting pretty low on life. Hydroid Krasis is just such gas. That card is oh so good. Oh so good. So, what do we do here? We could take 8, go to 3. I don't really want to give up any of my Enigma Drakes. We have only 2 instants and sorceries. I think we're going to take 8, go to 3. And then we have to figure out something. We are way, way behind at the moment. We are so far behind. Another Enigma Drake. I guess we will go ahead and cast you. One, two. They'll have double cast down. Or they'll have enough for a cast down. So they have enough for 2 spell pierces too. Oh, these spell pierces. We need dive downs. Dive down would be so good. Let's attack in. Oh yeah, we just can't even attack in with anything. No, come on. Why can't these be dive downs? Vivian. Vivian. All right, we're gonna spell pierce. They'll pay the 2, and then we'll spell pierce again. And then we're waiting on a miracle here. So options, we can. I don't think killing the elf is all that good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 instants and sorceries in the graveyard, which maybe we just trade these 2 off like that, and then this Terramander can become a 5/5 for next turn. We're gonna go to 2 though. Plays an island. We get a chart, of course. So we can either. So 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm just gonna go for it. This is risky, but I'm gonna attack with the Terramander. I'm gonna cast Chart of Course, and I'm just gonna hope that we draw shocks or something. So an opt. That goes to the bottom. Lava Coil, I guess, saves us for a little bit. It saves us for 1 turn. God, this feels like such a bad matchup. They have so many cheap removal spells. Hydroid Krasis is such a boss. At least they don't have any Memorial to Follies. If this is a good card in their hand, though, that's really bad. Which it is. Oh my god. Hydroid Krasis. They always chain. It's the new Siege Rhino. Like, it's always Crackling Drake, Hydroid Krasis, Siege Rhino. Like, they always just chain. Alright, so we have another Terramander. Fortunately, though, we can't. Alright, we have to pass. I think we're just done. If they have like a removal spell or something, we really needed our dive downs. Yeah, shoot. Good game. Alright, we're 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Alright, let's try again. This deck is actually kind of hard to pilot. It's like, I definitely feel like there's so many different options that you can have, and like there's different plays, or when to play your Enigma Drakes or when to play your Crackling Drakes and whatnot. It's something that I definitely have to get used to. I don't think I should play this deck this weekend if I'm not. Shoot, we have to mulligan that. If I'm not even like able to really understand when to play certain things. Alright, so we want an island. We shall keep that. And we'll cast Terramander. So I have turn 2, we have Spell Pierce plus Terramander, or we can go opt at the end step. Hopefully just make these guys big as quick as possible. I can't believe that they made it adapt 4. Like, it becomes a 5/5 for 1 mana. For not a whole lot either. Please don't have shock. Just, no, don't stare at my card. Facing a red deck. So we'll cast a Terramander. We'll have Spell Pierce backup, or we can go opt. I don't think I'm going to cast opt if they do nothing, because I don't want them to lightning strike my Terramander at the end step. Fanatical Firebrand. That is unfortunately something that wrecks our Terramander. No. Alright, Fanatical Firebrand resolves. Do they have another 1-drop to follow it up? Alright, let's opt. Crackling Drake. Unfortunately, we don't even have the land to cast it. I don't think we can keep it, unfortunately. I want to. Like, if we get lucky enough to go opt, draw the Crackling Drake, draw a mountain, but we're just not. I know, we're risking it. Like, if we don't end up getting it, it's going to look really, really bad for us. Maximize velocity. So let's pass the turn. End step, we have options to opt or spell pierce. We're really far behind right now, though. Really, really far behind. So opponent plays a mountain. What do you have? Just get it over with. Opponent is thinking very hard. Sure, shock. That is totally fine. I will allow you to use your shocks on things that aren't my creatures. Light up the stage. I think we're gonna spell pierce that. I really just don't want them to get that value. And then let's opt. We can get like an Enigma Drake. Discovery Dispersal. I think we're gonna bin that. Or I guess we're just gonna draw it anyways. That works. So we get a shock. So let's go Discovery's Dispersal. We're gonna leave up our mountain so that we can shock something. We have Spell Pierce plus shock. So we could do Spell Pierce to counter another like light up the stage, or we could counter, I'm not sure if they're playing Experimental Frenzy anymore. I kind of want to keep it, but then I don't. We can't even cast it this turn, so let's go ahead and just bin it. Would you draw a Crackling Drake? So we need to hit Mountain next turn, and we could even keep it for another turn so we can play Maximize Velocity. I'm gonna be so mad though if they play an Experimental Frenzy. Risk Factor. We will take the 4. I am so if you decline, your opponent draws. So we will take action. Take the 4 damage. I am not scared. So no! That is an island. What are you doing, deck? So we'll pass. We need a mountain. That's okay. We got this. A Sulphur Falls or a Steam Vents or something would have been a lot nicer. Or just a basic mountain. So they play Chain Whirler. That resolves. Let's get a mountain. Thank you. Alright, so let's pay 2 life. We'll play Crackling Drake. If we can draw into a Dive Down or a Spell Pierce, that would be best case scenario. Or another mountain. Mountains work too. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have the Lava Coil for this. If they do, that's going to be a big pain. Gonna be big pain. They're not highlighting the card yet, so nope, there it goes. Ah, I always hate that. Oh wow, they're lightning striking us. Or they're wizards lightning us. Light up the stage. They draw 2 mountains, so that's good for us. It's not super duper value. They do get their land drops for the next 2 turns though. So we draw a Chart a Course. So let's go ahead and let's attack with Crackling Drake. And then let's play this mountain. We're going to play Chart a Course. We have opt. So we'll go to 5. We'll have to let him draw 4 cards. Unless we're able to, I guess we can opt into a Lava Coil. Another Crackling Drake, which is actually good. So that would put us to victory next turn. So we're going to keep this Crackling Drake. And we will pass the turn. So next turn we can go Crackling Drake plus Maximize Velocity, and that hopefully wins us the game. I think I'll probably, if my opponent does Risk Factor, I'll probably let them draw the cards. We just have to hope that they don't draw into a Lava Coil. That is best case scenario. So end step, so they do Risk Factor. So we're going to decline. So they'll draw the 3 cards. We just need them not to draw Lava Coil. I could have risked it and gone down to 4 too. So, because we would have gone to 4, then we would have gone to 1, and that would make it so they only have to have 1 burn spell. If they have 2 burn spells though, that's just unfortunate. Light up the stage. That resolves. Please do not draw 2 burn spells. Thank you. So if they tap out for this Runaway Steamkin, we actually have game. We have game. And I don't think they can have 2 burn spells now for 2 mana because they don't have a wizard. So it would have to, or I guess it would have to be, oh, yes. Okay, that means that we have victory. Perfect. All right, shock you just for the fun of it. Then my turn, we shall go Crackling Drake. Draw a card, and then we shall play Maximize Velocity on Crackling Drake. Dome you for 10. Dome you for 20, actually. So we're 2-2. Nice. One more. We'll see if we can get there. Okay, so we're 2-2. This deck is, it feels good. Like, it feels like a fine deck. I'm just not the best pilot for it. I'm starting to figure out. It's such a hard deck to pilot. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a weenie. I'm not magically, I don't know. I got nothing. We're playing Resort with a 0 instead of an O. Alright, you go first. So we have turn 1 Terramander, turn 2 Discovery. Seems like a pretty good hand to me. We can draw into our 3rd and 4th land, hopefully playing Crackling Drake. Our opponent's mulliganing to 6. So cast Terramander. We're playing against a red deck again, so we're getting shocked. We have Lava Coil for some of the answers, which is nice. So let's play Discovery. Do we want, I don't think we want this Discovery. I don't think we really want Chart a Course either. I think I would rather just draw into a fresh card. Whether or not it's a land or an Enigma Drake or something. Even like a Dive Down. There you go. Like Dive Down is even fine. And then next turn we can go Discovery. Look for like a Crackling Drake and we can hold up Dive Down the turn after. A Shock this turn would actually be perfect. So we get our 4th land. Let's play Discovery. We're searching for a Crackling Drake or Enigma Drake. Terramander is not bad. We're going to play that just to block. Block, or we can get a removal spell out of their hand too, but I want to at least have some sort of pressure. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 instant sorceries in the graveyard. Maybe we should have waited until next turn where we could have Dive Down, and then we could make this into a 5/5. So we'll no block. If you have Chain Whirler, that's really, really bad for us. Skewer the critics. So we got rid of a burn spell. And then Gitu Lava Runner. So Steam Vents. We'll play the Mountain. And then we're going to cast Discovery again. We're looking for a Crackling Drake. Enigma Drake is good enough. So, and then we're going to Lava Coil. We'll Lava Coil the Gitu Lava Runner. And then next turn we can go Enigma Drake tap land plus Dive Down. So it's better than nothing. Like the Enigma Drake makes it so we don't have to take 2 damage off of the Steam Vents, which is good for us. Gutter Snipe. That's an interesting one. Okay, so let's play Enigma Drake. Play that tapped, and we'll pass the turn. We have Dive Down. Crackling Drake, I think, is our best draw for... Oh my god, that is so many Gutter Snipes. So many Gutter Snipes. So now we want to be drawing like shocks and whatnot. So let's opt. Chart a Course is not bad. So our opponent's at 20. I think we're going to just keep the Chart a Course. Let's cast Chart a Course. Discard the Blood Crypt. Play the Mountain. So we will be taking 2, 4, 6. If they have a burn spell in hand, because we could put them on a 2-turn clock. So I'm going to Chart a Course again, see what we get. We'll get rid of the Sulfur Falls. So do I risk it? Do I get them dead in 2 turns? I'll take 2, 4, 6. Go to 8. I think I risk it. I think I just go for the win. Keep up this Dive Down. They're dead next turn. If they don't have double burn spell. It has to be a land or a creature. That's a Gitu Lava Runner, so that's not, it's not an instant or sorcerer. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. No, that's actually lethal, isn't it? Oh, that's tilting. So that's, oh, it actually puts me, yep, and then the lightning strike puts me to 7. Dang it. Well, I risked it, but even, I don't know. Even, what was the next card? It was a Spell Pierce. Shoot. I guess too many, the Chart of Courses just took too much mana, I guess. Because if I was able to counter the lightning strike, we would have won. That's really unfortunate. So 2 and 3. To be totally honest, so the deck seems like a fine deck. Like, it seems powerful. I definitely don't think I was the best pilot for it. Like, it's for one, it's not my style. It's very many options, and my brain doesn't work like that. If it has a ton of options, it confuses itself, and I always end up picking the wrong options. And I kind of like just the more, like, not necessarily straightforward. Like, I like a little bit of options, but I don't know. And so I think that I probably could have won more games if it was just piloted by someone who was just a little bit better. But other than that, the deck was fine. Like, it's not necessarily, again, it's just not my style. It was kind of slow killing. But the dive down seemed really, like, dive down is just a busted card. Maybe I would want the 4th one, because there was many times where I just wanted, like, the dive down over Spell Pierce. Like, there would be multiple times where we had 1 or 2 Spell Pierces in hand. It was just like, shoot, if any of these was a dive down, that'd be like, we probably would have won the game. So Opt obviously is just filter. It spins the tires. Maximize Velocity. I really liked this card. I liked Maximize Velocity a lot. So maybe adding another one, but the shocks were good. Chart of Courses are amazing. Lava Coils are amazing. Discovery Dispersal, it's good just for finding your answers. Both the Drakes are amazing. But yeah, I think it was better. I probably should have won maybe 1 or 2 of those games, but you know, I am what I am. But if you enjoyed the content, please hit that like button. I would super duper appreciate it. And if you want to see further content, hit that subscribe button. But other than that, that's all I got. I will talk to you guys next time. Bye.